big data, and machine learning. Everyone wants to put them together, and my guest today is going to show us how. Let's do this. data. Oh, hello, and welcome to Adventures with Yufeng, where we explore new and interesting concepts, tools, and ideas, live from my webcam to your screen. My name is Yufeng, and today I am excited to be joined by Felipe Hoffa, a Google Cloud developer advocate who focuses on BigQuery and all things big data. How are you doing today, Felipe?
Hello, Yufeng. I'm super happy to see you. I even showered today. I dressed up. Let's get the party started.
That's right. It is virtual and social distancing meetups. We have folks from all over the world today on the live stream, it looks like. Just taking a glance at the chat, which is either on the side of the video here or down below if you're watching, depending on how you have your window configured. And, let's see, shout outs to folks asking for singing and dancing. We have GDG London in the house. I'm going to mispronounce his name, but Sarab Jain is joining midnight from India. We applaud your dedication, Sarab. BigQML is indeed something worth getting excited for. So I guess to start us off, Felipe, for those who are here and maybe aren't familiar with kind of who you are and what you do, maybe a little background to get us started.
Good. So my name is Felipe Hoffa. I'm a Google Cloud developer advocate. I've been at Google for 9 years now. That's a long time. I started as a software engineer, then I became a developer advocate. You know, Yufeng, what a developer advocate is?
We are developer avocados, and when we grow, it takes up a lot of
So
water.
basically, yes, I would call a developer advocate a software engineer with a license to speak. And we usually travel all over the world, but not
Not
now.
now. Nobody's traveling anywhere.
Yeah. But still, we can do this. We can connect to people. We can show the cool things we're doing. And today I have some fun demos for
Yes,
you.
I am.
So thank you for hosting me. And thank you, everyone, for showing up.
Definitely. I'm super excited to check this stuff out. I haven't looked at BigQuery ML in a while, and I hear there's some new and exciting features. So let's jump right in. And
Yeah. So today is all about unsupervised machine learning with BigQuery. And what I want to do here is I want to show off how easy it is to do this, how fast we will make it happen, and how useful it can be. How
that
about
sounds
that?
great. All right, so I'm going to switch our view over to the code editor here. I've got BigQuery pulled up in my Cloud Console, and I have a little test query that I pasted in just a little while ago. And is there any way to make this text bigger without making the whole UI bigger? Maybe you have a secret tip here on how to make your BigQuery screen look better on live streams without...
We will have to live with
Okay,
this for now.
well, let us know if
and
the
we will
font is
file
too
a feature
small, all
request.
right? Folks in the live chat, let us know if the
Yeah,
text is too small. We can make it bigger at the expense of also making the UI even larger.
that's why we love having a live audience that can tell us if they can read this or
Exactly.
not. So I have an even better table for you
Okay.
right there. Like if you press Command on or Alt, yeah, Command on Apple, and if you click now in the blue name of
All
the
right, I
table,
have clicked it. It is coming up. Let me hide
yes,
the editor for now.
that took you to. Exactly. So if you can see that took you to the table. That's the Meetup topics. But first, I want to show you the other table, RSVPs.
Yes, over here on the left, right? We have this entire menu.
Yeah.
It's so nice that it's kind of unfolded all this rich folder structure for us. If I can get my mouse on it, which wasn't in my view earlier. It's just popped it in and it's opened it up for me. And so we're gonna switch over. It sounds like let's go over to here, right? Great.
Exactly. So this is a whole different topic that we can go into in a different chat. But what I want to show you here is that I have RSVPs from Meetups.
Oh, okay.
You've been to Meetups. I love I love going to Meetup events. So Meetup publishes these RSVPs. I'm getting them live, and in this table, I have extracted all RSVPs for April.
Awesome.
So if you go up, yeah, if you go up and you click on details,
clicking on details.
I have 600,000 RSVPs that had happened on Meetup during April.
Already. It's only April 10th, Felipe. Yeah.
Already.
That's amazing. So we have
Yes.
600,000
That's all.
rows of RSVPs, but no description.
Now, you might be wondering who is going to Meetup events these
Uh-huh.
days. Turns out you can have online meetup events, and that's great. So people can still connect like we're doing
That's right.
now. But I have this table. I have RSVPs. If you click on preview, you can see how each RSVP.
Yes. We have some repeated values that are hidden. Is this one like super mega first row?
Yeah, it's a super mega first row. So you can see when the person did their RSVP. You can see what's the group, where the group is. So the first group you found is a poetry group.
Nice. This is like, it's almost
Um,
like a raffle drawing, and our lucky RSVP candidate is, well, there's no name, but this person.
uh-huh. I removed all the PII before
Yes,
sharing it
a
with you.
very wise move indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to be very careful. And that's the reason why I'm not sharing this data directly with
Hmm.
everyone, because there's also the Meetup terms of service. But so I'm sharing this with you. And in a different show, if you invite me again, Yufeng, I can share with everyone how I'm collecting these events and how everyone can collect them to do similar
Great.
analysis.
Yeah.
But for now, our happy point is that we have this data, we have the location, and you can see that for each RSVP, we have the name of the
Yep.
group and we have the
We do.
topics.
Oh, let me
If you
yeah, let me
scroll
get to
there.
the name here. Actually, it'd probably be easier to view this from the schema. We have a name of the group. Oh,
Oh yeah, but
you want to see the
I want to
values?
show you the
Yeah.
topics. Yeah, I want to show you what are the topics on that
Sweet.
preview. So yes, we will have to
So
live in this
we'll take a
small
look at
space.
this column.
Yeah, no, that's the group
Okay.
name. If you
We'll
keep
keep
scrolling,
going. Oh, you want the topics?
yeah, keep going. Yeah, the topics. And you can see, yeah, this meetup
Oh.
event, so this
Mm-hmm.
group has all of these topics. It's authors, open mic, writing workshops, poetry, Boston artist art. If you go to the next
Yep.
RSVP,
Here's one. It's
now you have a meet.
slightly different
This
here.
group is about self-improvement.
Yeah. What do they call
Yes.
themselves? Greenwich Well-Being. Nice. I wonder which country this Greenwich is referring to. If it's the Greenwich in Europe or the one of the Greenwiches in the U.S. or perhaps a different Greenwich altogether.
So if you scroll left and right, all that
Yeah.
information is there.
Sweet. This is a London
So,
one.
but you can already see, yeah, that's the
I
London
don't
region.
suppose they'll be
Nice.
attending this live stream though.
But what's important and what I want to show you here is how many topics
Yes, there are so many
we have.
topics, and it's really cool that groups can have multiple topics. They can just check off a bunch of different interests.
Exactly. So I've been collecting topics and doing that kind of
Uh huh.
analysis. Turns out that Meetup has more than 40,000 different
Oh
topics.
wow, 40,000
Yeah,
topics.
exactly. So the question is, I want to make sense of 40,000 topics.
Right.
So this is the problem I want to solve with you today.
Ah,
How
okay, okay.
do
I see where this could be heading.
exactly? So with this many topics, so yesterday we created a meetup just for our live shows,
Yes,
and when you were creating it, you had to choose what were the right topics for our
I
meetup.
did do that. Yes.
Yeah, if you want, you can open it now. Can you go to our meetup page if you have it
I
available?
am not sure if I have that link handy, but we did create a live stream code tunnel. Because what happens is if I switch desktops, what will happen is your video will go turn into a white box, which is less than
Oh,
desirable. But if you want
but
to paste a link to the meetup in our live stream code tunnel doc, I will
cool.
be opening it here.
Or you can go straight to my Twitter. If you go to Twitter/Felipe Hoffa, remember to subscribe.
Very nice.
You will find the link there.
Let's do it that way then.
Yes.
Felipe is nothing if not an excellent promoter of justice. Definitely justice. No. All right, so yeah,
So
we
yeah,
made this
that's
little
the
wrapper
meetup.
meetup
This is our
that will
event.
have lots of kind of live events with ourselves, with our colleagues, and other folks at GCP DevRel. So that's super exciting. So somewhere in here,
Remember to subscribe.
yes, join the
Uh,
group.
click on click on Live with Google Cloud Developer
Nice.
Relations. That will bring you to the front page. And if you scroll down,
This.
there are the topics that you
Yeah,
choose.
I tried to cover some stuff, but there's such a wide array of things in kind of cloud related things and in GCP. I'm sure I offended somebody by leaving something out. So let me know what I missed, and we'll add it in there.
Yeah, so that's the problem. We have to choose, but there are 40,000 topics from which to choose. And then when I want to analyze the overall Meetup universe, I cannot look at 40,000 topics. I need to, for
That's for
example,
sure.
group things are, this is a material learning meetup, or this is a language learning meetup, or I want to find the major groups
Yep.
here. And the question is, Yufeng, as a material learning practitioner, expert, and guider of adventures, how would you do this?
Right. I mean, there's
I have my answer,
yeah.
but
it might be in the name of our event today, perhaps. But yeah, I mean, the direction we're kind of heading in is this kind of various approaches to clustering, and there's lots of ways to do that, especially when it comes to words and topics. Like, we see, I mean, for ages now, word clouds have been kind of a popular thing that have, I don't know, come and gone maybe. I don't know. Are they still popular today, Felipe? I don't even know.
word
Yeah.
clouds, you know what, Yufeng? I have a word cloud for
Uh-huh.
you. I did not tell you about this previously.
That's what this is all about. This
Since
is why it's
you
wonderful that it's live. Yes.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't like word clouds. Those are one of my least favorite visualizations. But at the end of this show or at the end of this demo, you will like this one.
Okay.
So, no, give me a second. I want to give you a link, but I gave you the wrong link. So,
Okay.
give me a second. Get report link, copy link. Yes.
This last one?
Check that.
Or the first one?
No, the last one, the short one.
Great. Oh, it's sad. No access.
Oh my god. Get report link, copy link, sharing settings, manage access is. Okay, instead of, I will share with you a screenshot in our document.
Nice.
Because I can share this one with Googlers, and if you give me your email address of the Gmail account you're using there, I can do that.
Oh, you pasted the image in. Perfect.
Yeah, for now. But if you give me your email address by chat or here, I will give you permission to see my dashboard.
Sounds good.
Because I can show that this is, I got it out of Data Studio.
Okay.
And people that know Data Studio might be wondering, how do I do a word cloud with Data Studio?
I mean, I don't know much about Data
get into
Studio,
that
and I'm
later.
still wondering that.
Sorry, we have 1 hour, so if we have time left, I will show you how to do word clouds with Data Studio and some cool stuff.
Nice. Let me send you
But for now,
the
my email,
Yeah.
your email.
good. So for now,
So,
I guess, yeah, are we going to go back to BigQuery?
Yeah, so what I'm showing, let me show you tell you a little bit about this visualization. Is instead of going over the 40,000 meetup topics, I'm just picturing here the top 2,000. And the bigger ones are the ones that have the most meetup groups. So basically, it's a visualization of what are the most frequent meetup topics. Still, this is a mess to read. It's a entertaining word cloud, but it doesn't give you a lot of information.
That's the thing with word clouds, right? Like, they look really nice, but whether or not they are, like, how much meaning you can get from it. Like, I look at that, and after staring at it for a while, beyond self-improvement and entrepreneurship, the other things that stick out, you kind of have to pick through it, especially because of color choices. And to say nothing about, like, the folks who have, like, color blindness and things like that, but even when you look at it, there are certain words in here that are fairly large, but like meditation and business strategy, they don't stand out because they're kind of light colors. And I would almost rather have this be in just a straight list or a bar chart of words so that it's just a rank order list, because I want to just see what the top, say, 10 categories would be.
Exactly. So it's not very, it's entertaining for a
Yeah.
while, but we are done with
Okay.
it. So we are going to fix that
All right.
now.
Let's fix
That's
it.
like, yeah, let's fix it. And let's go back to
Back to
BigQuery.
BigQuery we go.
And yeah, in machine learning, one approach that we could do to group these 40,000 topics could be like, oh, let's label some of them and let's train an algorithm that uses the labels that we manually apply to more. But that's still a lot
Yeah,
of work.
we
I don't
would
want to
be
start by
deciding ahead of time the kind of groupings that we're choosing to put things in, rather than letting it
exactly.
naturally
Yeah,
come to us.
exactly. So, and I don't know all the groupings that I want to do, but so it's a lot of work. So I have this other table for you just to do a cleaner
Yeah, yeah. So
job
that's what
here.
Meetups Topics
So
2020 is, I'm guessing.
yeah, you saw that I have like hundreds of thousands of RSVPs. In this smaller table, I created out of the RSVPs and just have one
Uh
row
huh.
for each group in the universe that I saw.
Okay, so yeah, you basically just pulled
So
a
if you
unique for each group. So every
exactly.
group gets a row, and once again, we have a random lottery for the first one, and it's going to be a group about meditation, spiritualism, and healing. Did I say healing on here? No. Energy healing. Yeah, I thought I saw the word healing.
So I want to give you a different query now, but you can see that in this table we have 100,000 different meetup
Yeah.
groups, and each group has an array of
Uh
topics.
huh.
So now that we have each group here and we want to take the array of topics, the question is how do we organize it and how do we get to the promised k-means
Yeah.
algorithm? Turns out I can do k-means k-means clustering with BigQuery. It's really, really simple to do. We could do it now. I'm going to send you the query in
All
one
right.
second. Any questions
I don't think so.
while I
I
load the
don't think
query?
so. I'm just browsing the. Let's see. You have a topic string, which is just this comma delimited list, and you have a separate array topic. So I'll be interested in seeing how we use those two, or which one we use. So I was just trying to think how I might structure this query if I had to do this on my own. Just to grab kind of the topics, you probably want to do a unique, so you can get a full list. But then you also need to look at how the topics are kind of combined within each group that they show up in. So you need some kind of mapping there, and you're going to borrow the groups that they naturally have been selected to live in as essentially as a label to clump them together.
Exactly. So you're thinking about all the work that we have to do. We might, if you were doing k-means in your Jupyter
Yeah.
notebook, you might also think about how will you encode each string.
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
Take
Text
a look at
encoding is
my
always a fun type thing too. So, all right, this is our query. Should I copy it over?
yeah, copy it over and we can talk about the query.
Perfect.
We will. Okay, that's my query. And for this query to work, you need to create a data set in your project.
Okay, sure. We can talk through that process a little bit. Show the folks on the live stream watching how simple, right, creating a data set can be.
Yeah. So basically, on the bottom left of your screen, if you scroll to the top of it, on the bottom left, that corner where you have a list of data sets, you have your project that is called ML Demo. Click on it. And now you can create data set.
So it's not this, not this plus button when you say, is it?
No, it's now on the right, next, like on the bottom right.
Oh, there's a button here.
Link that says create
Yeah,
data set.
nice.
So, you create data set. I like calling it temp.
Oh, this is,
you can
okay,
call it
this
temp.
is just going to be a temporary one. Okay.
Yeah, and you can say, for example, delete tables here in 30 days. That's how I keep my world clean. Because we're just doing an experiment. Uh, yeah, number of days after table
Nice.
creation. So it's just,
It's a good tip. All right,
yes,
so I can hit create.
create data set, please.
Great.
Yes.
Shall I go to it?
No, you don't need to do
Okay.
anything now. Now that the data set exists, this query will work. And let's talk a little bit about the query. You can press run and we can talk while it runs.
Because it's looking for that.
Let's see what's faster, the query running or me telling you what the query
Okay,
is
are
doing.
you ready? Start talking
We
now.
are ready.
Oh, wait, it didn't like it. It needs the DBT meetup
Uh,
to also be.
okay. Close and add my project name there. My
It's
project
the
name,
FH
where it
BigQuery?
says from
Is it
DBT
this?
Meetup, FH, yes, that is
All
me.
right, so that's.
FH dash BigQuery.
Okay,
Cool.
now are you ready? All
Now
right,
I'm ready.
you call it out. You say 1, 2, 3, start, and then you start talking.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh no, I'm looking at some questions that were going on the
Oh,
live
yeah.
chat. I'll do that. Yes, but let's start running this
Okay.
now. We'll look at the live chat. Run.
Run.
Oh my God, how long will that take? In the meantime, let's say that people are really happy. Trish wants to know what are my favorite visualizations. There's so many, just because. Yes, apologies for talking badly about word cloud visualizations. I like clouds. What's your favorite cloud,
My
Yufeng?
favorite cloud? Um, Probably Cumulus. Uh,
Oh, my favorite cloud is
Google
Google
Cloud.
Cloud. Yes. Sorry for that. And have we tried Looker? Yes, we love Looker. Looker is awesome. I also think Data Studio is awesome. So I use both, and we are really happy to have Looker as part of the Google family now.
Yeah.
So expect more from
Yes.
us.
Yes. Felipe, you've
Yes.
been looking at Looker.
I've been looking at Looker for a
Yeah.
long time. I admire what they have done. Uh, and I also like Data Studio a lot, and it's super lightweight for these kind of experiments, especially when I'm working alone. Looker is amazing when you're building for a huge team of people, so you have some organization and you need to distribute knowledge and give a semantic sense to your data. Looker is really, really beautiful. When you're doing experiments by your own, Data Studio is perfect. When you want to share a dashboard that you quickly made, Data Studio is great. So it all depends in which setting you are, and wherever you are, you can find a use for each tool.
Nice.
But you can see that our training our model took only 40 seconds.
Yep. So we see here 38.2 seconds, and just process the whole table, of course, right? The table was 25.9 megs, and
Exactly. It wasn't a huge table because I did this
yeah,
summary. But go back to the query because you didn't
yeah.
let me
Do
show
the
you the
thing.
query. Yes. So the first line of this query says that we're going to create a model. It behaves like a table within our space, but it's a model. And the options are the important information I'm giving it here. I'm telling it that we're going to do a k-means clustering. I'm going to use the cosine distance. We can talk about that later, but I have to choose a type of
Yep.
distance that's not the default distance. And then I'm telling it how many groups I want it
Right.
to create.
That's the
We could divide our. Sorry?
K in K means.
Yes. Yes. So I could have chosen to create 10 or 4 or 100 different groups. For me, 6 is a good starting point. And if we have time, we can start iterating and we could see what happens with that. But let's start with 6. And now this is the data that I'm feeding to k-means. Now, remember that you thought about all of these complicated
Exactly.
steps? I'm not doing anything of
Yeah.
that. I'm giving it an array of topics. I'm saying for each row on the groups that I have stored, feed an array of topics to the k-means algorithm.
And
That's
this
it.
is an interesting these conditions you've added here are pretty interesting, where you're only looking at groups that have a significant size, and only ones where they've selected at least, or I should say at least 5 topics, right? More than 4 topics.
Exactly. I did that. The first one is so it makes sense that topics are collocated because each array basically is one vector with 5
Yeah.
words. So at least it gives certain semantic meaning that those topics live together and this
Yeah.
group. And I did the filtering to 100, more than 100 members, to have less data, so we could run this algorithm in 40
Yes.
seconds.
Fair point.
But if I had way more data, this would run as nicely as it just ran. It would take a longer time, but for my demo with you, 40 seconds is
It is.
beautiful.
That is for sure. Just enough time to check out the live stream for some questions, talk about the query a little bit, and then we're ready to look at our results, perhaps.
And
Not yet.
you can now click on Go to
Okay,
Model.
yeah. So I'm curious kind of where this is going to take us. And later I'll be interested in looking at some of these other menu options as well. I love digging through the menus on these things.
Yes.
All right, so I clicked Go to Model. And so here we are, Meetup K-means.
And you can,
And
that's the name of our model. You can go to training, click on training
Yeah.
if you want. Yeah, that's basically how and this is how quickly it was training. It went over basically 4 iterations. The first one took a little, so you can see the 4
Yeah.
steps and how quickly it trained. So basically after the first one, it was almost done.
yeah.
You can see how each iteration took between 4 and 6 seconds.
Yep.
And if you go if you scroll a little more.
That's it. This is the bottom.
Can you scroll? Oh, no, that's it. Oh, let's go to the
Evaluation?
Evaluation, yes. How good our model is.
Oh, there's a word I haven't
This is
seen
how good
before.
our model is.
That's I'm just gonna pop this into Wiki because we gotta clarify this for folks.
You are a curious person, you think.
Exactly. So this looks like it's coming to us from back in 1979. It's used to evaluate clustering algorithms. Seems to be reasonable so far. It's an internal evaluation scheme where the validation of how well the clustering has been done is made using quantities and features inherent to the dataset. This has a drawback that a good value as reported by this method does not necessarily imply the best information retrieval. Citation needed.
Exactly. So yes, so it's a number. That's the number the model was trying to improve.
Right.
We don't need to know the meaning. Instead of evaluating this number, we can evaluate how good the results look to us.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you another query.
We're going to query the model, I'm guessing? Not yet.
No, first we're going to prepare data to query the model.
Sure.
I want to get the top 2,000 meetup topics.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
And if you go to our shared doc, you will find that query.
And I'll bring out the editor again and we'll paste that in.
To the query, run query, yes. So we're creating a new table here.
Now, create or replace table, another temp, just topic as, and then we're going to select the topic and the count from our topics. We're going to unnest all the topics and call it topic. Group by the first thing, topic, ordering by count from highest to lowest, and only the top 2,000. Glad to see I'm still somewhat SQL literate.
Oh, SQL is so lovely. You will never forget it.
All right.
And it's a
this statement
query.
created a new
So we
table.
created a new table.
All right, so we should go to the table and check it out.
Go to table, yes.
So we got our thing, we got our preview. Let's check it out. So it's already sorted for us, which is handy.
Yeah. And you can see that these are the top topics in this table: and self-improvement, social network, entrepreneurship, spirituality, meditation, professional networking. This looks like our workout, but it's way easier to read.
This is like my point exactly, right? Like we saw these same words before after we stared at the picture for like 10, 20 seconds. It's like, yes, meditation was also a high ranking word there. Fun times. I thought I saw that in there too. I wasn't sure if it was as big as some of the other things. It's right here above self-improvement. Yeah.
Exactly. fun times and self-improvement.
They go hand in hand.
Some, somehow people care more about self-improvement than fun times, but I'll let people be what they
That's
want to
right.
be.
Yeah.
Yes. And entrepreneurship is also more important than
Yeah.
fun times.
And professional
But
networking.
self-empowerment. We want everyone to, and of course, new in town, etc., etc.,
Yes.
etc. I I do a lot of fun events. I try to go to these kind of fun events when I'm traveling. I look for I'll go to a wine
Oh, nice.
tasting or to a picnic in the
Yeah, yeah.
park, etc. So it's not only tech meetups for me. But let's go to the query I just gave you. There's another query on
Awesome.
the our shared doc.
Let's drop it in the editor.
Uh-huh.
Select all and paste it. Let's take a look at what we got.
Yeah.
Oh, another
So
interesting one.
now,
Annotate topics
yes.
with their centroid. Should we pause to have you define centroid for the viewers?
Okay, let's concentrate for a minute. We have a model that we're going to use here. We just created this model. And when you give an array of topics to our K-means model, it will tell us to which of the 6 groups it belongs. And each of the 6 groups has a centroid, which has an ID from 1 to 6. And we're basically telling here, if you see the subquery
Uh-huh.
here, you can see that I'm taking a topic, I'm taking a single topic, I'm doing a prediction using the model, and basically for that topic, I'm choosing the centroid.
Which subquery are we talking? So you're saying we're taking this part, right? This is the subquery.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Let me give you a smaller example
this
than
is a
that.
really
I will.
meaty query. So what is the significance of wrapping this in brackets? It's because topic is
It's because our model uh, uh, expects an array
uh-huh.
of
Okay, so we're
topics.
just wrapping it in an
Replace it with an
array.
array.
Okay, so
Exactly.
these are when you say select topic from temp just topic, this is actually getting all of the topics, right? Okay,
Mhm.
and then so we're saying we're
Yeah.
doing ml.predict this model
Okay.
with all of their topics.
Mhm. I'm sending you a query with a
Okay,
simpler example
yeah,
now. Um, Let me see if I can copy
uh
paste it
huh,
here. Basically, this is the basic
yeah, and
query.
then we can build it from there.
Uh,
Uh-oh,
oh,
not
no.
quite.
Wait a
Okay.
second. Wait a second.
This is just the inner query of what we just had, right? That was just this.
Uh, so I'm trying to run this query and I'm trying to make this simple. Good. Okay, take that
Okay.
query.
So now you've selected one, it looks like, right? You've selected networking and called it topics. You've
Yes.
named that column topic. So it's literally just one row that says networking. And then we're gonna run a prediction on it. Let me click run while I'm
So
talking.
if there was a meetup that its whole array of topics was
Uh-huh.
networking, um, it would belong to the group number
Great.
3.
And offset.
And
What does this part do? Like how I'm trying to figure out how it got to this three, right? When it says centroid
so
three, I'm
what's
trying to figure out how like this part because we can't I'm guessing we can't just run this part by itself.
yes, so do a select star instead.
But we have to run select from ML predict, right?
Yeah, but
If
on
I
the first
I'm
line,
gonna
do
I'm gonna
select
cut
star. So we're going to
yeah,
get
I'm gonna
everything.
cut this
No, no,
and put a star.
don't cut it. Don't cut it. Don't cut it. Because this should run. Yeah, the from we didn't need, but keep it
Now we
because
can really see
for
kind
now.
of what's going on under the hood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a centroid. You got the distance to each centroid.
Nearest centroid's distance dot
Exactly. So
centroid.
there are 6
Uh-huh.
centroids, and yeah, and this topic has a distance to each, and you can see that the distance is equivalent for all. You know why?
Yeah, why?
Because networking as a
Uh-huh.
topic doesn't exist for any
That's so funny.
So let's change networking. Yes. Instead of
Uh-huh.
networking, choose psychics.
Psychics. This is
Yes.
turning into a spelling test. Did I spell psychics right?
Yes.
All right, let's run that. And I'm going to hide the editor again. And now we see that the nearest centroid distance is still almost the same, but not quite. There's one that's closest.
Yeah. But that one is different. 5. And now type instead of psychics, type software
Yeah,
dev.
I saw that one was one of the top ones, so I suspect that that
Mhm.
will give us a big response. Okay, now we got some numbers.
See? So software dev belongs to
Yeah,
the
so
centroid
what I'm
2.
seeing here is that the smallest number is the one that wins. So this is saying this is the one that's the smallest number. This is a list to map each one what the distances are. And it's sorted. Yeah, it looks like
Exactly.
it's sorted. And then it also gives the string value, which is nice.
Exactly. And that is an array because we had made it an array. So my offset 0 was about taking the array that I just created to
Ah,
fit the
yes. Now let's
algorithm
put this
to take it
back. I
out of
am
it.
curious now. Let's.
But
You don't want to put it back?
yeah, I want you to give me the group for cycling. I like cycling. So software development is 2. Cycling is.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how are we gonna map these back to actual words, right? As fun as it is to talk about centroids
Okay,
by
I'll show you.
numbers. Okay, so cycling is 1.
So cycling
Uh
is
huh.
1. And for example, if you type marathon now, let's see where marathon goes.
There's a
Because
word that I can spell without any trouble.
yes, I like
Yes,
bikes. It's 1 too.
exactly. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
So so yes, and if you try, I don't know, Android? Is Android?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope that there's enough meetups out there with 100 people or more that they would group.
Yes.
So yeah,
Android is
okay.
2. So you can see that our algorithm is making sense of our words. It at least knows how to put things on 1, put things
Mm-hmm.
2. So the bigger query that I gave you like five
Yeah.
minutes ago is all about taking each of the 2,000
Yep.
topics and assigning it a centroid.
Gotcha. So it's grabbing the centroid ID, that's this column, and it's
Yep.
grabbing the original topics column, that's this one.
Hmm.
What does topics and then putting it like in an array without any spaces mean? Is it just saying that it wants the first
Oh
one?
no. Y- Yes. So what I did is because we go
Uh
back
huh.
to the query. Go back to the query. Because in line number 4 we created an array.
Yeah. Oh, we call it
See
topics.
that how we're packing Android in an array. Yeah, we're packing Android
Mm-hmm.
inside an array and basically unpacking
Okay.
it.
Okay. So it's taking it out.
That's the whole deal. You put it in an array, you
Yeah.
took it out. It
Put it
was a
in, take it
package,
out.
and that
And
yes,
why is
because
it
the algorithm is
and
looking
why
for
is
an
it so
array.
important that we have an array here? Why couldn't we have just taken the array away and just said select string Android? Does it mean that we can put
Oh,
two values
because
together? We could put Android and software dev together
yes,
and maybe even
oh,
marathon?
you can put yes. So if you have an array
Uh-huh.
like this, will this go on 1 or 2? Well, maybe you have a Cloud Run event.
Oh,
So
interesting. So you're saying
yes,
that
sure.
it predicts it still predicts it to one centroid.
Yes,
Oh.
for any array because any meetup event, any meetup group has an array of things, and sometimes you have wine and Android, or you have so you still need to assign it to one group. And yeah, see,
Interesting.
so yeah, basically our algorithm was trained on arrays. It expects arrays as an
Mm-hmm.
input, and we can use that to find a group.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And you can see there that yeah, and 2 is not too close, but if you add programming to that array, then 2 will be closer because it
It's
has
yeah, it's more associated. Okay.
exactly. So yeah, you have a vector and you're giving it. But for now, because I want to tag each individual topic, we're doing it only
Yeah.
with one.
So let's go
Great
back
question.
now, I guess, to the full query. Which one was that one again? It's this one, I think, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So now I should be able to read this query and make some sense of it.
Exactly. So basically, the subquery is doing what we
Yep, we
just did.
grab every single topic, we run our
Hmm.
prediction, we grab the relevant centroid. We're going to then select from that original table all of those topics again and join it with that result.
Yes.
And then, oh man, I'm not sure what they're using here, what the significance of that. Because then we're,
So that's how I'm doing the join. I'm joining
oh,
two
you're joining two
tables
tables using
and
the
then
original, oh, using, oh, on. It's
using the
on.
topic.
It's the equivalent of
Yes,
on topic. Okay,
exactly. Using is a shorter way of saying join when you have the same name, the same ID on both
great.
sides.
Modern sequel, ladies and gentlemen. Uh,
Uh-huh. You don't let me get away with anything, and that's great because people might have the same question. So I'm glad that you are asking me this.
all right, so I should run this now, I guess, right? And we'll,
Yes.
if my understanding is correct, then based on what you've said, this will give us kind of a breakdown for every topic, what centroid each one maps to.
Hmm.
Perfect.
Yes. So everyone,
Yeah, not
suspense.
only suspense,
It's
but
going to happen.
amazement that it only took 2 seconds to run.
I know. And you can go to the new table.
And so we're going to have our topic. We're going to have C is for,
How important
oh,
that
right,
topic
that's
is.
the
How
score. Okay.
many
And
use
then
the
what's
topic.
central?
That's how we got the top
Yes.
2000.
Let's hit preview and check it
And
out.
no, we haven't actually. Hmm.
Here we go. So we got lots
Yeah.
of things on Centroid 1. That was the same one that running was on, I believe, the marathoning and cycling.
Exactly. But just for a bigger impact here, because we have 2000 topics and we cannot go over the 2000, let me visualize
Ah,
this.
okay. Let's do that.
So let me see if you can open my word cloud. If now you can open the word cloud that I made in Data Studio.
Still that link, huh?
Yes. And I think in the meantime, I have shared this dashboard with you. So now you should be able to
Indeed.
open it. Look at this
It
beauty.
looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
a very nice shade of white.
You know, yes, sometimes I just look at the ceiling and I wonder how beautiful this is. But now I have filled it with a word cloud inside Data Studio, and you can see what the screenshot that I had shown
Exactly.
you before.
Nice. But this, we did all that work to find this, the do this key means clustering. This doesn't reflect that. All this needed was our ranked list.
Yeah, I have to interrupt our
Uh huh.
conversation to say, to note what Saverio just said on live
Yes,
chat.
please do.
Everyone should strive to find a partner that looks at you like Felipe looks at BigQuery. Oh my God. Thank you, Saverio. Good. So go to the next
To the
page
next
to
page.
get the
Next page.
yes. Page one, two, three. Page two.
Beautiful.
Now I have 6 word clouds.
Yes. Now we're talking. So now we can see what that first one was all about. We can see what that second one was all about, kind of as we suspected. And we can see where all the other things came into place. Interesting. Because those top 6, I would imagine the top, some of, oh, we got a big data one too. That's separate from software development. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And here we have all of our professional Meetup users. Yeah, see, there's agile project management in here, executive coaching, small biz, real estate investors, real estate investing. And then we have all the self-improvement topics, right? Personal development, self-exploration, self-improvement. We have mindfulness, transformation, law of attraction. That's you and BigQuery.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
then we have the social network stuff and all the fun events, happy hour, food and drink, nightlife, new in town, of course, fun times, social network. I see they dropped the. It's not the social network. It's just social network. It's cleaner.
yes, it's
Yeah,
cleaner that
exactly.
way.
Awesome. This looks great. And I see you have a
Right.
third page, so I'll be interested in seeing what surprise you have for the
Yeah,
end.
I don't remember what I had.
Oh,
No, maybe I don't even have a
it's a
surprise.
blank page.
This is not a very cleaned up. No. Oh yeah, the third page is just a normal visualization. You can go check it if you want
Okay,
to
a
see.
normal visualization is there.
Yeah, that's a traditional
Mm.
visualization that we could have started with. This is basically me showing you these are the top topics. That's the query we did
Yes.
previously.
Yes.
So this is me trying to tell you that word clouds have a space
Mm.
because we went from a massive word cloud
Right.
that didn't make much sense to 6 word clouds that now it's like, wow, I can see how everything is related. And if I wanted to do a traditional visualization, I could not fit 2000
That's right.
topics.
That's right.
Like here I'm showing you like 40 and I ran out of space. It's interesting, but my favorite one is the second page
Yeah.
because it's not only I'm showing you a lot of information, I'm showing you information plus meaning.
Exactly.
So if I was going to analyze more of Meetup and I wanted to do anything deeper with this would be my first step. Now I can divide the 100,000 groups in groups that are completely different. Like the groups that are about outdoors are completely different than the business strategy
Right.
groups. And any analysis we want to do over all of our Meetup, we should do it focused on one of these 6 groups. Or we could have 10.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you want to change 6 for 10?
Yeah, that might be interesting.
Let's play with that. Uh, a side note, you know why basically I chose 6 groups instead of 10?
Yeah, why well I mean it probably runs a lot faster.
Uh, Not only that, I did it so I could fit 6 word clouds inside that
That's
studio.
true too. And
Then,
speaking of which, because you only shared with me the actual output of the report, I'm sure folks on the live stream are going to be wondering, how did you make this? Should we spend some
oh
time to
yes,
show them what's behind the scenes of making this dashboard? We'll put it up to a vote. Let's see what
uh,
the live chat wants.
yeah.
Give the people what they want.
Also, people can vote to have me back again in your
That's
show,
right.
Yufeng. So we can have this. How do you call it when a show ends with a cliffhanger? That's it.
I think it's just called the cliffhanger.
Yes, that could be our cliffhanger. So, or we could have another one. We still have 12 minutes to go, and I have a couple more interesting things to show you about
Oh,
k-means.
okay.
But talking about Data Studio and talking about making these kind of visualizations is super
Yeah,
cool too.
yeah, I see
So
what you mean. Like the visualizations could be kind of a nice separate topic since this one is all about kind of talking about k-means. And if you have some topics you want to wanted to cover, some points about k-means, this would be a good time to put it in, versus trying to fit it in at the end of our next session after we talked about visualizations. Like also here's some stuff about k-means.
yes, that this is what k-means
Mm,
means, and also some BigQuery team members from the team are present on the
that's
live
right.
chat right now. If you have any questions, so I could not end this video without showing you a couple more things about
All right,
k-means.
let's do that.
So let's run the query and now replace 6 with 10,
Yes.
and I'm going to show you 10
And
different groups.
Sarab asks, why did we select the cosine distance versus other options? And should we try a different distance type? And what are the other distance types even,
We could.
right? It would be another
Uh,
notion.
yes, that's a very good question. But let's run this one so I can show you what I want to show
Uh-huh.
you here, and then
We
we
can
can go back
go
to
wandering off.
yes. And I have another query where I will show you the 10 groups because now the visualization, it's we don't have enough space, but
It'll be interesting to see how this one spaces out in terms of both in terms of how it groups and how long this query takes. So our previous one with 6 clusters took 38 seconds. And it's looking like this one's going to take at least that long. Almost exactly the same time. That might be an interesting note too. It's almost identical. 37 seconds. Oh, it beat it. Go to model. Let's check it out.
did it, did it.
Evaluation. Yeah, and because I don't actually know anything about this index without reading more about it, I don't know if a bigger number is better or a smaller number is better.
Yeah, but what makes sense is to look at our results. Um, if you go back to the dashboard,
Uh-huh.
um,
This dashboard?
oh, wait a second, wait a second. That dashboard is powered by my
Yes,
tables and not by your table,
exactly.
so I need to.
You want to point it at my tables
Yes.
instead?
Um,
um,
I don't know if I
I
have.
can. I'll do some interesting. Try to poke around some of these queries that we were using before, while you're doing that. So earlier we did this, and this table, I guess, this created the same model. Did we overwrite the old model then? Is that what this implies?
Yes,
Ah,
we overrode the old model.
that's
I don't know,
good.
maybe
No,
we
that's
could
good
have
because
created
that
a
means I
new
don't have to
one.
change the
But
query to query the model.
exactly. I love working with creator replace inside BigQuery just for that
Yeah,
reason.
I don't know why
I
this
can
is mad at
very
me
easily.
though. Open validator
Mhm.
has columns with duplicate name centroid at 2. What? Did it just think that this was create table has oh, it's because the table already, but you're already using create or replace. Why does it not like it?
Oh, what did you like?
Create
Say it
table has
again.
columns with duplicate name centroid at 2:1, but it doesn't.
Mhm.
Do you see that?
Mhm. Oh, yes. So that's exactly what I'm trying to work. So the thing is that we annotated our table with, so create, the easiest way to solve this is recreate the just topic table. We have that query um, in our
Uh huh.
document. Yeah. If you, that's because I added one column and now that
Oh,
we want to add that column
it
again,
doesn't
that's
like
why I
it.
got confused. Yeah.
All right, so we'll
But
just make our new just topic table again. When did we add another column? I don't remember us doing that.
that was the annotation process.
Annotate.
That's me replacing a table with its own thing, and then
All right, interesting. That's really impressive, validating to be able to pick up on these
mhm.
little things. Part of me wishes that the error would have been a little more clear because it was definitely um, not immediately obvious what was happening there. So now we have all our centroids again listed out.
Yeah. And if you go back to our
Uh huh.
visualization, you can go back to Data
Yep.
Studio. Haha, we solved this problem. And you can
Yep. I have.
refresh the
I
second
went
screen.
back and forth. It's loading in. Oh, it's still these 6. Do I have to do a hard refresh?
Yeah, because the visualization only has
Yeah,
six. But if you click on Centroid, can you see a very gray Centroid 2
I
there?
do.
Click on
Uh huh.
Centroid 2. Ah,
There are 6.
funny. This has,
Should I
yes.
refresh the page
So there,
completely?
then refresh
All
the
right.
page. Yes.
When it doesn't work,
That's for me.
just refresh it. Start from scratch.
Yes. Please, can you turn it off and on again?
Yes. Have you tried connecting your computer monitor?
Is it plugged?
All right. Ah, now we have all 10. Awesome. All right. So,
Yes. See, now you have 10.
so we,
And you can see that computer programming is way
yeah. I
smaller
mean,
now.
everything is way smaller. I mean, not everything. This thing is huge now.
Exactly. Exactly. And we have a new one there, which is all about user experience and web design.
Yeah. And it's kind of this tiny
And
cluster. And healthy living has shrunken. I assume that some of its words have been taken out and put somewhere else. But the self improvement block is as big as ever. I'm going to manually try to switch these over to show us 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is going to be now 7.
mhm.
This is going to be 8. This is going to be 9. And I'm going to replace web design with 10 if I can get to it. But I might not be able to. I'll replace this one with 10. Enter. Down. Enter. Keyboard hacks. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Eh,
Okay. So this is all agile stuff. We have
exactly.
software dev got separated out from the old software. I'm going to make this 2 again. Sorry for the confusion, but okay, so this was 2 before. And so 8 is here now. So software dev and computer programming have been separated into 2 separate things. Lean startup Machine learning and big data are 9. What happened to number 3? These numbers are getting out of hand. Number 3 is, okay, social, is the creative stuff. 4 was web design. 5 was the self-improvement, which I think was, no, that wasn't mixed in with entrepreneurship. And then 6 is social. Did computer programming also appear in self-improvement? Where was self-improvement again?
So we have like 3 minutes
Yes.
left. I want to end up with a note, and we can answer the last questions and say goodbye to people. But you can see that we can start playing with these things. I have an important note on k-means. Every time we run the k-means algorithm, it will bring up different results.
Yeah.
Like, because it starts with putting each topic on a random point in the universe, this vector, and then it starts optimizing it. But as the seed is random, things can move in different ways. And so in one run, you can get great groups. On the second run, the groups are not so good.
Yeah.
It still makes sense, but it could be better. There is a way where we can even improve this inside BigQuery, because now we have implemented, the BigQuery team has implemented k-means plus plus. So in 1 minute, let me talk you about it. There is a link that I left. Yes, that link, if you can open it. That's a Medium post from our good friend Lack. We love Lack. You should follow Lack, but it's okay. You're not signed in. So here in his blog post, he's going up around k-means.
Right.
But if you search for plus plus, so we can jump to that player.
Parallel k-means plus plus.
Exactly. That's an algorithm that allows you to get way better results because it picks a way better seed.
Better seed points.
The way of using it.
Better seed points.
Yes. The way to get a better seed point, if you scroll a little to find the query.
Yeah. K-means init method equals k-means plus plus. It's not enough to just be k-means plus. It's k-means plus plus.
I mean, it's still doing a model type k-means.
I just think
but
it's
you
funny.
are also telling BigQuery, you do use this in idealization.
Awesome.
It will take a little longer to run it, but you get way better results, and it's that easy. So you make that change, you get everything.
A one-line fix. It's the best kind of fix, right?
Exactly. So our query to train this model was already super short and easy to get this working.
Yeah.
You want to get better results?
I'm gonna put that line in our live chat so that folks have it if they want to just copy it straight into any of their existing queries.
Okay. And yes, we should share also Lack's blog post. But we have like 1 minute left, so I'll let you finish.
I mean, Felipe, it's been wonderful to have you. And if there's anything you wanted to kind of, in addition to all the wonderful materials you've already shared with us, anything you wanted to kind of say at the end, close us out with. I know we have your Twitter at Felipe Hoffa on Twitter. Any other kind of socials, follow you, find you? I think someone asked if you have a YouTube channel. So I believe you do. I think it's just is it just your name?
Yes, my YouTube channel is FHOFFA, which is F Hoffa. And I would love to see all of you on Twitter, on reddit.com/r/BigQuery, on Stack Overflow, on LinkedIn. You can see my Instagram pictures to see if I've learned to cook potatoes these days. I'm getting better. If you've been wondering what I've been eating now, I learned how to do spinach and potatoes and blend it all together.
Very nice.
With cream cheese. It's delicious.
Cheers. Well, with that, I guess we'll close it out. We're on the air on.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
What's that? My pleasure. No, thank you for coming on. And we're on at noon PST, 3 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So be sure to hop on the live stream here, and We'll be talking about all sorts of stuff. Let me know what other topics you want to hear about. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the live streams. I'll get you out. I'll add the links to the pages that we saw today, as well as some of those queries. People are asking for your queries, Felipe. And with that, thanks so much, everybody, for joining. And I guess it's Friday. Happy weekend. And I will see you on Monday, same time, same place. And we're out.